side by side. Oh, Menzies are balling. And the elbows are up in heat number 2. $10,000 to the winner. It is time to shake and bake. All right, let's get our smartphones out, turn the torches on. We need some good footage for Ash Media, Totally Speedway and everyone else here. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, turn those torches on and wave them around. This is the Davison Homes Kings Royal. A 4-wide treat for you. We're going to go one parade lap. All right. All right, time to make some noise. Kingaroy, are you ready? Are you ready, Kingaroy? It's main event time, baby. Come on, make some noise, they're all past. You got the best. We started with 70. Over 2 nights and 2.5 days, we've whittled them down to 24. On the back straight, keep it going. Big stage deserves a big introduction. The Kings Royal will be never duplicated, that's for sure. This is the biggest event for modified sedan racing. All right, Kingaroy, one last cheer for the boys. Justin Drew, Quentin Clark, Brody Boss, Russell Harris, Lawrence and Raymond, Pimenta, Smith, Mark Raymond, Black, McDonald, Baldwin, Pagel, Parkinson, McDonald, Collins, and Gary Pagel. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Kings Royal for Davison Homes, and we are green for 50 laps. Walling gets a good start on the front. We're pretty busy through the field. Gavin Fletcher on the outside moves back around. Walling will lead us and lead the first lap in tonight's feature. Walling second, Pimenta, Barron, Justin Drew, Blackburn, Ty Galley right up against the concrete. They're 3 wide, make that 4 wide. Further down the field, Russell Harris, Quentin Clark, Ty Galley, then through Brody Boss, Gavin Lawrenson, Aidan Raymond, Tim Smith, Rodney Pimenta. Look at Ty Galley still working the top. 3 wide down the main straight with Harris, Clark and Galley. Well, Galley's gone around the outside of 3 of them. Fletcher checking out at the front of this one. Oh, problems! Glenn Pagel and Shane McDonald tangled in turns 3 and 4, bringing on the yellows with 3 laps completed. Gilroy and Galley. Restart coming your way, folks. And here we go. Justin Drew on the charge. And Justin Drew gets up on the inside of Wayne Gilroy. And Justin Drew will take over 3rd position. Gavin Fletcher still leads from Walling. Drew is 3rd. They're 4 wide. Quentin Clark, Russell Harris, Brett Barron and Ty Galley. What a scrap. Further back in the field, it's Fletcher, Walling, Drew, Wayne Gilroy, Shannon Blackburn. Then there's an absolute gaggle of cars between Quentin Clark, Brodie Boss, Brett Barron. Aidan Raymont's coming on now. But yellow's on, John O'Collins facing the wrong direction. In front of Grandy's chip wagon. Ashley Parkinson to the infield. Still running around to the top. Just got a message from his father, Brian, to say that VS Commodore, the Victorian 88 for sale. If you want a quick VS, that's the one you want to get. Go and see the guys after the event. All right, restart coming away. It's still Fletcher. Looks good early. Wayne Gilroy, Shannon Blackburn, Brett Barron, Galley and Boss. Well, the officials have got some work to do because Brodie Boss and Ty Galley crossed the stripe side by side past the cone. So we'll wait with bated breath as Brett Barron gets up on the inside, and Brett Barron all of a sudden's in fourth. Justin Drew, meanwhile, right up on the inside and moves into second. Walling's back to third. So it's Fletcher, Drew, Walling, Brett Barron, Blackburn, Quentin Clark, Gilroy, Boss and Galley. They're still side by side, top and bottom. Russell Harris, Aidan Raymont, Gavin Lawrenson, Rodney Pimenta, Mark Raymont, Tim Smith. And Ty Galley's got problems. Oh! Watch for fire, guys. And Ty Galley stopped on the racetrack with problems. And Shane McDonald nowhere to go. Boy, all right, so red light incident. Ty Galley and Shane McDonald. Bit of a fire. Ty Galley. Well, it's all happening. So racetrack has been very, very abrasive this weekend, folks. The slick there. Sometimes it's slick and not abrasive, and sometimes, like this weekend, it's excessively abrasive. So it becomes a tie game. They can't wheel it around like they did in the mini features last night and trying to slot into position somewhere there at the front. So Bossy will slip in behind Gilroy and in front of Harris. So the official from Roma is fourth, and Quentin Clark, he finished on the podium last meeting right here. Wayne Gilroy, quick time man, is sixth. Boss, Harris, Raymont, Lawrence in your top 10. Feature race to continue. Davison Homes, thanks again for your support, and all the other wonderful sponsors that made this possible. It is time to do this again. Gavin Fletcher. Leads us away, Justin Drew. Right on his bumper. Walling is third. Blackburn, Clark, Gilroy, Boss, Harris, Raymond, Lawrenson, Rodney Pimenta, Mark Raymond, Tim Smith, Jordan Bibiano, Russell Harris, Boss, exchanging positions. Raymond gets past on Boss. Mark Raymond into the side of Rodney Pimenta. And the Queensland champion Brody Boss is slowing. And Brody Boss looks like he is done. Race continues as Boss pulls to the infield. Gavin Fletcher just leads in front of Drew and Walling. 3 wide further down. Raymond up on the inside of Harris. With Gilroy on the outside, that's 3 wide down the main straight. Gilroy still fighting on the outside. It's Lawrenson, Pimenta, Mark Raymond, as Tim Smith gets up to the inside of Mark Raymond now. Fletcher just gaps a couple of car lengths on Drew that time round. Drew second, Walling third, Blackburn is fourth. Quentin Clark is fifth, all on his lonesome. And then it's Raymond, Harris, Lawrenson, Pimenta, Mark Raymond, Tim Smith, Wayne Gilroy, Baldwin, Gary Pagel, Bibiano, John O'Collins and Kerry Lack. They're all on the bottom and the racetrack has really rubbered down. The front 4. A tremendous battle. A half a lap in front of the rest of the field. Fletcher, Drew, Walling and Blackburn are the front 4 cars, and they're half a lap of the rest of the field. And then you can throw a T-tail over the rest of them that are all fighting it out from 5th right back. Well, Quentin Clark was on his lonesome, but he's actually falling back into the clutches of Aidan Raymond, who's 6th. And to be honest, looking okay. 18 laps completed. Oh, Shannon Blackburn makes contact with Craig Walling, and they'll actually tangle together for a moment. Race continues. Walling and Blackburn are able to disconnect from each other, but did that do any damage to either party? Fletcher and Justin Drew catch up to Nathan McDonald, who's about to go a lap down. And then Walling is third with Blackburn. Aidan Raymond up on the inside of Quentin Clark moves into position number 5. Laps down, and the pace starts to picking up as the racetrack really rubbers over, and they start to get a little bit more pace up. John O'Collins is the first to pop a right rear, and John O'Collins is out on lap 23. Shannon Blackburn out with a flat right rear. So Blackburn is out, and we aren't halfway through. This one isn't over from a long way. Fletcher and Justin Drew, first and second. Walling is closing in on him again. Aidan Raymond is 4th. Then we go back to Lawrenson Well, just as I say that, Gavin Lawson pulls onto the infield and Leo is out of the event. Quinn Clark is next. Russell Harris, Mark Raymond, Tim Smith, Rodney Pimenta, Gary Pagel, Darren Baldwin, Jordan Viviano. As Fletcher still leads and opens up 6 car lengths. Back to Justin Drew. Greg Walling was half a lap behind Justin Drew and is now right on his bumper. Wayne Gilroy and Kerry Lapp go a lap down. And Fletcher still leads. 28 laps in the book. Fletcher, a leader from Justin Drew and Walling. Aidan Raymond is 4th. Quinn Clark is 5th. And then it's Clark, Harris, Mark Raymond, Tim Smith. Well, Mark Raymond's done the right rear. And Mark Raymond is out of the event. And pulls up onto the racetrack or up onto the fence, and the yellows come on with 30 laps down, 20 still to run, and Mark Raymond is out of the event. And well, we just spoke about tyres, and he who last may win, unfortunately. Going to be this weekend. And Gavin Fletcher gets us back underway. Gavin Fletcher, Justin Drew and Walling. Aidan Raymond gets right up on the back of Greg Walling as he gets past Gilroy and Kerry Lack. Quinn Clark is next on the racetrack. Russell Harris, Tim Smith, Rodney Pimenta, Gary Pagel, Darren Baldwin. Around and round we go. Justin Drew having a little poke up the inside of Fletcher. Tim Smith now gets up on the inside of Russell Harris. Fletcher still leads. Harris fights back on the outside and slips back in front of Smith. It's Fletcher, Drew, Walling and Raymond. The front four checking away a little. Then the rest, you can throw a tea towel over them. Quinn Clark is 5th, Harris 6th, Smith is 7th. Gary Pagel started 24th, is up into 8th position. Pimenta 9th, Baldwin is 10th. 35 laps in the book, 15 to go. Oh, Raymond, Aidan Raymond. Looks like his tyre is out. And Aidan Raymond is out of the King's Royal on lap 36. Fletcher still leads. Raymond out with a flat right rear. Justin Drew right behind Gavin Fletcher. And is looking really handy. Walling is 3rd. Then a long way back to Quinn Clark. Russell Harris and Gary Pagel who started stone motherless last in 24th, is now in 6th position. 38 laps down, 12 laps to run. Oh, Justin Drew has used up his right rear, and Justin Drew is out of the event. Fletcher, 10 car lengths in front of Walling. Then we go back to Russell Harris, who's now 3rd. Gary Pagel started 24th and is in 4th position. Quinn Clark is next. Pimenta, Baldwin, Jordan Bibiano, Tim Smith, Nathan McDonald, Wayne Gilroy. 41 laps completed. Fletcher still leads Walling. Russell Harris is 3rd. Gary Pagel 4th. Kerry Lack a lap down, then Quinn Clark 5th. Pimenta is 6th. Baldwin 7th. Jordan Bibiano and Tim Smith. Four laps left, or done, 6 laps to go. Has Fletcher got enough tyre? The last 2 winners are still 1st and 2nd. Russell Harris is 3rd, under attack from Pagel. Fletcher's pushing pretty hard, and has the length of the straight in front of Walling. 4 laps left to run. Fletcher, Walling, Russell Harris is next. Gary Pagel. And Russell Harris, Nathan McDonald, a flat right rear. Rodney Pimenta trying to find a way past Quentin Clark. And Nathan McDonald can't find a way up the racetrack. White flag will come out as Fletcher gets into the back markers. 1 lap to go for Gavin Fletcher. Fletcher buried in traffic. Down the back chute he goes for the final time. Checkered flag at the ready. And Gavin Fletcher goes back to back and wins the King's Royal again. Walling will get 2nd. Gary Pagel up on the inside. And Gary Pagel will get 3rd. Harris will get 4th. Rodney Pimenta 5th. Baldwin 6th. Tim Smith 7th. Quinn Clark, Wayne Gilroy, Jordan Bavano, and Nathan McDonald. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, your back-to-back King's Royal winner, Gavin Fletcher. What a performance from start to finish. We're going to do a trophy presentation in the pits. Please come down and be part of it as we crown our winner for 2016. What a way to end the weekend. It's been a tough weekend. A racetrack extremely abrasive. Greg Walling driving out with a flat right rear. He got it done. It only lasted. Is that yours? That is. But he's done it again, folks. Put your hands together as he drives past Gavin Fletcher. has just won himself another $10,000. And please head down to the pits for the trophy presentation. And Justin Drew actually only did a drive shaft. Hard luck for Justin Drew, that's unlucky to break a drive shaft looking so strong. If you aren't going to join us in the podium from the main arena, that is everything done and dusted. We thank you all for a magnificent weekend of racing, and we hope you'll be back for our next show. To all the officials, the volunteers, all the sponsors, everyone that made this weekend possible, thank you very much. Travis, president of the club, you've been a big weekend for everyone, but we got there in the end and it didn't rain. I don't know how.
Well, it's absolutely fantastic. We've now had 4 runnings of the King's Royal. Rain did not win. It's won once, but then we got 3 runnings and it's been sensational. And the people out in the pits from the Lucas Oil's Kingaroy Speedway, we cannot thank you enough for coming out and supporting such a great event. And you know what goes on behind this, Ryan. All these people out here, we must thank them so much for what is involved. It's just awesome.
It's just going fantastic because the lights have gone out.
Really? I think Rocket just sabotaged because he didn't finish up in the top 3. He turned the lights off.
He turned the lights off. That'll take a while to come on. They'll be right later on anyway, I'm sure. All right, we will start the presentations, but yes, we must thank all the sponsors, Davison Homes, for all that they did, all the other sponsors with the prize draws. We couldn't have done it without them. You guys are drivers who's travelled a long way. Yes, it was abrasive out there. We'll get that sorted, and we'll sort the form out for next year anyway. But let's not dwell on that. 3rd place tonight. He started from position 24, if you don't mind. Make some noise for Gary Pagel. Has anyone got some flashes or something?
Right. You again? Yeah. Like, really? You want to forget about
Some big torches. Got some nice photos in the dark. Hey Gary, let's have a chat. Well done mate. You started 24th, you just got through, you were pretty decent, then get to 3rd. Pretty impressive effort, mate.
I had no idea where I was. I thought I was about 5th or 6th, and that last lap pass I didn't know it was for 3rd. Just like to thank old Bob and Ross for the driving the car. I think I've used about $2,000 worth of tyres this weekend, but they're happy. So, and all the guys that help us with the cars, Chris and Dee and Nick and Tom and all that, with all the cars we've got home, they all pitch in and we all keep them going.
Absolutely, mate. It's a big effort. It's been a tough weekend, isn't it?
I'm a little old for this stuff, but I'm enjoying it.
No, well done, mate. Take a spot there, up there. We'll get you a lovely check as well. Oh, we don't want highest points. We'll do that in a sec. $2,500, Richard too. Just pays the tyre bill. That's not very fun, is it? To be honest. All right, 2nd place tonight, folks. He won it a couple of years ago. He was highest points as well, but put your hands together for Greg Walling. Just pop it
Well, Greg, went so close, mate. Well done.
Oh, look, you know, in these sort of events, the quality of the field, Rhino, like you come here and anything, if you can make the 8 main, you've done well. You've got the best guys in Australia here, and you know, an iconic event you guys have put on. Look at the support you got here in the pits, the crowd. So, you know, for Fletch and I to be up there after the last couple of years we had, and yeah, I was really proud of that. But you know, got to give it to him. Like, he's learned too much. He must be getting way older than me or something. But he drove a superb race. He had ideal setup. I feel sorry for Justin. You know, another rocket chassis. You have Danny Smith. I was hoping we're both going to be on the podium there. He did a superb job, and you know, so this is for him as well, and for Danny Smith, and you know, the hard-working team that we have. We're only a small number of team. We're an old average team in age years, but we try hard. We put our heart and soul in it, and so thanks to Suzanne at home. Oh, sorry, I get a bit emotional here. Thanks to Suzanne at home. She puts up with all my crap and the work on the cars that you do tirelessly, and my father, Sue, Wayne and Jan, have come up to support. Rex, who helps us out. Just fantastic. Couldn't do without it. My sponsors, Performance Wholesale, Queensland Speedway Spares, Dad's Business, Kibble Cafe Casino. Unbelievable. So just glad to be on the podium, but congratulations to Gary and superb job to Gavin.
Well done, Greg. And you take a spot up there. Well, I guess it's time to do again. It's deja vu. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the King's Royal once again, Gavin Fletcher.
Hat off.
Fletch, well done, mate. Congratulations.
No, thank you. Who would have thought it'd end like that? But there's so much stiff competition here. It just fell together at the end, I guess. This really is anyone's game. It's just, yeah, as I say, endless competition here. Some really fast guys, and they performed really well over the weekend. I just happened to be there at the end. A bit overwhelmed, really, but yeah. Big thanks to Kingaroy Speedway that put in a massive effort. I sort of know behind the lines and everything. The whole club just tirelessly works into it, so big thanks to them, and yeah, no, right.
Absolutely, mate. Now the pole shuffle was pretty sensational, put onto the show there, and you and Greg, and you were just at the right time. You time trial well in the last year when we did that, and you won the pole shuffle there. There was a pretty good battle. The track was probably at its best then. It unfortunately went away, but that XF Falcon went good. Yeah,
no, I just sort of didn't want to show all my cards and saved all the speed for the time. No, I'm jagged. It just came together at that point, and it was good for a good confidence boost going into the final. So yeah, as I say, it just fell together.
It certainly did. So this thing absolutely looks a picture as always. Ian Botcher race parts on the side, and a big performance by all the team. There's heaps of them that do plenty of work on this. Shane and the guys, they haven't stopped working on it all weekend.
That's exactly right. Shane puts in a massive effort behind the scenes. He's unbelievable. Massive thanks to Shane for his efforts he puts into it. Dale and all the crew, obviously, not to name every single one of them. Jess and all the family, and big thanks to Ian Botcher, American Races, AFCO Shocks. Whoever says they don't work's kidding himself.
And you better thank your wife.
Thanks, Gary.
That's all right. Very good stuff. So what's next on the agenda for Gavin Fletcher?
Go down and win the South Wales title. Seems like a good start.
Very good, mate. Well, take a spot up there, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner of the King's Royal, Gavin Fletcher. Oh, and I think we're about to fire for some photos. Well, I think it's that time. We're going to shoot some confetti and some other things. I think we're right to go. We've got some crazy stuff about to go for some photos. How about we make some noise for the winners of the Kings Royal for 2016? Gavin Fletcher, Greg Walling and Gary Pagel. All right, however, we're going to make some noise now for your winners of the Kings Royal, thanks to Davison Homes. Hope we didn't pay too much for that. Ladies and gentlemen,